Happy Friday, church family. It's so good to be back in Michigan this past week, especially sleeping in my own bed. I wanted to take a few minutes to check in, maybe share some updates, and encourage you as you head into the weekend. First, I'm continuing to pray for a real life change at LeClaire Baptist Church with the students we got to encourage over there and just continue to pray for them. Secondly, I want to remind you that we're praying for the middle schoolers this week, and I'm also speaking during the mornings during middle school week up at camp. We know that we are constantly planting seeds, right? And I'm proud of our students. I'm proud of our leaders. I'm proud that we get to serve and continue to help them grow in their walks with Christ. I am seeing fruit. I am so excited. I love what God is doing in our ministry. Quick note just for the calendar for teens. It's to remind you that coming up on August 24th at 4 o'clock, we're going to have our quarterly church member meeting that night. And then we're also going to share about the missions trip. So you have already received an email about that. But church family, just come and encourage our students. We'd love to hear their stories, hear how God's working. Some of the busyness of summer is starting to wind down just a little bit, but there are some things happening. The ladies are still connecting for pool parties at the Smith on Tuesdays. That's all the way through August 12th. And there are more details in some of the events that are coming up. Make sure you read the e-bulletin. I know it can just be a lot of words sometimes, but just skim through that and make sure you catch everything. Last Sunday was really good to hear from Natasha. Pray for her. Pray for God's continued work in her life and to provide for her. God is doing some great things through her work, and I'm just excited. Last Sunday, we spent some time talking about godly leaders. And I'm so thankful for the ways that individuals in our church model that kind of leadership. The recommendation forms are on the little table in the foyer. Grab one. Continue to pray and submit your recommendations by August 3rd. That's very important to have it in by that Sunday. This coming Sunday, we kick off our new sermon series called Endure. And we're going to walk through the book of 1 Peter. I'm really looking forward to it as I've been working on the messages and how they're going to kind of shape. I'm just so excited for what God is going to do through that passage, that book of the Bible. This Sunday at 4 o'clock, our missions committee is meeting, and it's just a reminder. They regularly meet, and as they pray about and they think about our missionaries, try to discern how to encourage them and just all of those things, it reminded me that we really need to take time and pray for our missionaries. So the challenge is simply pray for our missionaries. Find some way, part of your daily routine, to include spending time praying for our missionaries. We do several things to help you do this well. At the bottom of the e-bulletin, there is a summary of all of our missionaries, the people we support, the people that are part of our ministry, their work. And several of the ladies kind of whittle that down so that you can have a snack size nugget of what they're doing. And we just encourage you, that's in there. Every 2 weeks, we update that. And just as a highlight, just make sure you read that down below in the e-bulletin. Another thing we do is the missions committee make sure that there are prayer cards ready and able. And that's here at church. Find chances to put a prayer card up someplace. Find places that you need to put it. I have one in my car, so when I drive around, that's the missionary I'm praying for that month. Another place we put them, we have a pin board that's in our kitchen area. We have missionaries there to pray for. Another place we've done it is in our bathroom. Like when we wake up in the morning and you got to look at yourself in the mirror. It's a great place to put a prayer card just so that we remember. Another thing that we do, and I encourage you to do it this week, is as you're praying and you're praying for their faithfulness and encouragement, one of the things I love to do is when I receive a note from a missionary, try to send them a note back. Just saying, hey, I'm praying for you. This is something happening in my life. What's happening in yours? I just love reading your updates just to encourage them, because a lot of times missionaries send out prayer letters, send out information, and nobody responds. They don't even know if people are reading it. So this is a great way to encourage missionaries. Find a way to make sure we prioritize missions this weekend. It is so important that we care deeply for our missionaries. And as a church, continue to pray for them. This shows up through how we give and how we make disciples. And it's a great thing to include with your family. Know that I'm praying for you. Know that I love you. And I cannot wait to see you on Sunday. God bless.